Are you posting to Instagram and not getting the reach that you want? Today we're going to be talking about why your reels aren't getting reach and the mistakes that you're making that are stunting your growth. My name is Michelle Gifford. I'm a brand and marketing strategist, and I'm going to help you grow your Instagram. I know you put in a ton of time and effort to your Instagram account, and so I want to make sure that that time you're putting in is getting you the results that you want. So let's get to our list. The number one thing that you're doing wrong is you're not creating niche specific reels. I've had people email me, DM me, text me all the time, and they say my reel just went viral, but they're the wrong people. And now I have all these people that really don't want to follow me and don't want my content and for sure don't want to buy my product. What am I supposed to do? If you are creating any kind of content, you need to be niche specific. So what does that actually mean? I know this can feel confusing. I know you've probably heard this before, but it really just comes down to figuring out who your one person is and solving their one problem that you can solve. So maybe yours are busy moms and you're giving them a way to earn money. Maybe it's someone who is a plant owner and you're giving them the tools and tips and encouragement they need to be a good plant parent. Whatever it is, you need to figure out who you're talking to. So for me, I help entrepreneurs grow using social media marketing. That makes it really clear the kind of content that I should be creating. And then I can get really niche down and start creating for that person. This one thing changed my account completely because I used to post all about business on Instagram because I love email marketing. I love Pinterest marketing. I love blogging. I love all of the things, not just social media, but they all really contribute to your business. And so I was talking about Pinterest one day, Instagram another day, and what actually happened is I got really frustrated because I wasn't growing very fast. And then I said, you know what, on Instagram, I am just going to be talking about Instagram marketing. And ever since I did that, I actually doubled my following in just a few months. And it's because I really niched down and only created content for that niche. All right, number two mistake you're making is that you're not adding value. Once you know your niche, then you need to show up and serve your audience. Now, there's a misconception out there that to serve your audience, then you need to only give educational content. And that's just not true because it really depends on what your brand is and what your value add is. But I like to go back to the 4 E's of content. Number one is educational. That's easy. You know what that is. It's tips and tricks and those kind of things. The second thing is entertainment. So are you funny? Are you someone that people like to watch? Entertainment is another way to add value. Next is engagement. Do you ask questions? Are you engaging an audience? Do you have a community around your brand? And the last is empowerment. How do you empower your audience to become the people that they want to become? So think about your content. Go back and look at the last reels you posted and see if that content is matching up with any of those 4 E's. And if it's not, and you're just posting random stuff, then that's probably your number one problem. Number 3, you are not editing your videos enough. Now, I'm not talking about filters. I'm not even talking about effects or anything like that. I'm talking about tightly editing your videos. There should not be the millennial pause at the beginning. Have you heard of that yet? The millennial pause is the breath that people take before they start talking, and most of them are millennials. Sorry, I'm one too. But we have to take off those pauses. I even try to edit out my ums, my breaths, and those kind of things because I don't want to lose people. I want it to be fast enough that people can continue to watch me and get to the end of the video. So when you are editing your video, take little clips, just edit out those short little pauses, and it makes such a huge difference. I did this with one of my videos recently, and it was like a 30-second video, and I thought I didn't have that many pauses. And then I brought it in and started editing it, and I cut down about 10 seconds of pauses. That is huge when you are talking about the attention span of an Instagram user. And so if I took a 30-second video down to a 22-second video, what that is doing is it's making it easier for my person to watch. It also is such a gift to my audience because I'm taking the time to edit it down to only the information that they need. So keep those edits tight. Number 4 is too late to trends. Listen, I love a good trending audio because it does give you some reach and getting in front of a new audience. But if you have heard the same audio 5,000 times, probably less than that, but if you've heard it 5 times in a day, you've missed the boat, don't use it, move on. Because there is a saturation point in which that audio no longer becomes entertaining and it becomes annoying. And so we need to make sure we're not using an audio that's overused. One of the easiest way to do that is when you click on the audio, you can see how many times it's been used. And I try to stay under 50,000 because I like to jump on trends and share trends on my Instagram account. I like to try to jump on trends when they're less, like 3,000 to 5,000. And so you just want to make sure that you're not overusing these trends because it's an easy way for people to get annoyed really quickly. If you want good trends delivered to your inbox inbox every month, and coaching and the courses you need to grow on Instagram. I have a coaching community. It's called Insta Moneymakers, and you can join for $1 below. Number 5, only creating selling content. This is a huge mistake. People are on Instagram not to watch commercials, right? They want to be entertained. They want to be educated. They want something of value. And so when you're creating content, if you only just sell your product and never add value, it's like a commercial. People will turn you off and they will scroll on by. So when I create content, I think of the 3 phases of content my audience goes through. Number 1 is attraction content. That's content that brings people in, that gets awareness of me to people that I don't know. Number 2 is nurture content, and that's establishing me as the expert and nurturing the audience I already have. And then number 3 is selling, and I create that content to sell my products. I spend most of my time in the attract and nurture content phase, and then with my selling, I usually do that in stories because that's where my diehards are. So when you're creating content, don't just sell. You need to attract new people, you need to nurture new people, and then you can sell. If you want more information on this, you need to join my Instant Moneymaker coaching group because I go in depth with my Instagram growth formula, and it is going to completely change how you show up on Instagram. Number 6 is that you haven't created enough content. I have hundreds of people that I coach come to me all the time and they're like, Michelle, Reels just don't work for me. And I go to their page and I see that they have created 3 Reels in the last 2 weeks. Now listen, if you really want to get good at Reels, if you really want information of what your audience likes, you have to create more content. You need to start creating content for a few reasons. The first one is that it helps you become a better content creator. You create more, you start getting better. Number 2, you start understanding what your followers like and you create more of that content. And then number 3 is it helps you establish yourself as an expert to Instagram. Instagram's whole goal is to keep people on the app. And so they're constantly trying to feed the right content to the right people so that people keep on the app longer. And if it can understand what kind of content you create, it can put your content in front of people who actually want to watch it. And that is a wonderful thing for you and exposure. You need to create more niche specific content so Instagram understands who you are and who you serve. Number 7 is that you are inconsistent with your content. If you are posting really sporadically, maybe once a week, then 3 times a week, and then never for 2 weeks, that makes it really hard for you to grow an audience. It makes it really hard for you to get traction on the app. And Instagram can't rely on you, so it doesn't push out your content. The more reliable you are, the more it will push out your content, especially if it's highly valuable. Number 8, you aren't looking at your analytics. You're getting clues from your audience every time they engage or don't engage. There are pieces of content that are probably doing well, and there are probably ones that don't do as well. Well, we need to be paying attention to that because every time a follower engages with our content, it is a vote for that content. If they like it, they're saying, oh, I like this content, it was really helpful. If they are saving it or sharing it, they're like, oh, wow, this content was wonderful. So start looking at the analytics and then start creating more of the content that people are actually liking. And that leads me to number 9, which is you are not doubling down on the content that actually works. Look at your content and figure out what is working. What are people responding to? What do people like? And start creating more of that content. All right, those are my 9 reasons your Instagram Reels are not getting reach. Make sure you're following, and we'll see you next time.